What's going on, noobs? I'm the Perpetual Noob, and welcome back to another episode of The First Win. Today, we're going to be talking about the fourth boss that I defeated in my Hollow Knight Silksong journey, fourth chorus. And no, that wasn't on purpose, that just apparently is their name, and so it just worked out. I don't know if Team Cherry did that on purpose. Who knows? But yeah, it just worked out. Yeah, fourth chorus is the fourth boss that I defeated. And we find fourth chorus deep in the far fields, and we can access this fight. It seems at least after encountering the seamstress, I imagine it is also a requirement to get the drifter's cloak. Maybe it's not, but I think it is, because I don't think we can get back from the seamstress's area without the drifter's cloak to ride the steam vents and all that. But on our way to the seamstress, we can see the fourth chorus in the background, and I kind of was like, oh, that's that thing. That's that boss from the trailer, isn't it? Okay. And I remember when I was coming back from the seamstress just being like, please don't wake up, please don't wake up, please don't wake up, please don't wake up. And then it woke up. It was a really cool, scene, but it then woke up, and I was like, oh. Well, okay, I guess here we are now. We're now stuck here, and unfortunately, the cool scene only happens the first time. Every subsequent attempt, we don't get that really cool scene with the anime eyes, and it busts out of all the rock and stuff. So fourth chorus does double damage, which I guess makes sense. They are a giant robot. Thankfully, their body and head do no contact damage. Otherwise, that would be an absolute mess, because the only thing we can damage on them is their head. Now, fourth chorus does have 3 attacks. They have a swipe, which is telegraphed by the lower arms, and they have a slam, which is telegraphed by the upper arms. And then they have what I'm calling the rock dance. I don't kind of know what else to call it just yet. I mean, they just look like they're having a party, but they're slamming the ceiling, they're raising their hands, they just don't care, that. But it then makes rocks fall on us. And thankfully, the rocks only do 1 damage, so it's not like rocks fall, the party dies. Fourth chorus can be stunned. Very helpful. Very great opportunity to heal. Very great opportunity to get in a whole lot of damage. It also seems to mark the start of each phase. So the rock dance doesn't seem to start until the second phase or after fourth chorus has been stunned for the first time. It might not be exactly that. It might not exactly work out that way, because there seems to be a third phase to the fight, and the third phase is definitely marked by the ends of the floor dropping into the lava and steam vents showing up in their place that we can ride. Oh yeah, did I mention that? I forgot to mention that. There's lava. The lava does double damage. So my very first attempt was a very, 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 very short attempt where I got hit by a slam, and then fell straight into the lava, and that was 4 masks. That's all I had, and whoops, the end. It is possible to jump over the swipe, just do a regular jump. But I felt a whole lot safer just floating over everything, because you're already going to be doing a whole lot of jumping attacks to hit them in the head. There might be a way to get above them, to get above and do dive kicks into their head over and over and over again. Maybe if we time it right when they're doing a slam, we can maybe jump up above them enough that we could then dive kick into their head and kind of work that out. But I never tried it. I didn't want to take the chance to try it. Again, that double damage I'm finding limits or puts a constraint on my desire to experiment. Certainly on my first attempt at a win. When I'm just trying to beat a boss for the first time, the double damage does get me being I want to play really safe. So I don't want to try things that are too risky. And especially with a boss like this, where the only spot we can damage is the head, I found myself getting very focused, very locked in on damaging the head, the end. So there were points where I would lose track of wait, which attack is coming between the swipe and the slam, because I would see the little shiny bit from the arm, but it'd be kind of in my periphery, and I would just lose track and be like, oh, whoops, that was a swipe. Whoops, or whoops, that was a slam. Oh, let me float away. Let me try to not fall into the lava then. The slam attack can take, upwards of 2 portions of the arena floor. Thankfully, those do come back after a little bit. And I found that the fourth chorus could do the slam to like the same spot on the floor over and over again. It didn't seem to be like trying to track me or anything. So just something to watch out for is the slam seems to be random and not like something you can kind of play around. I did also find that the Sting Shard tool was, I mean, somewhat useful, especially if I could get it placed high enough in the air so that it could get the full damage effect on fourth chorus's head. Not something I used a ton though, because eventually, like I said, I got into the rhythm of just jump attack, jump attack, jump attack, float, jump attack, float. There are times to heal, especially during like the rock dance. We can kind of take the risk of like, hey, the rocks, you know, may not hit me right now, so let me go heal. We can definitely heal during the stun. We can heal in between like the attacks, like the swipes and the slams, especially if we are in an advantageous position on a swipe, like we are on the side where the swipe started, and so we just jump over, land, we can get a heal in with very little risk. Once we get to the third phase, I kind of missed this the first time I got to the third phase. I'm just so focused on this head that I'm only talking about faces now. But in that third phase, we get those steam vents happening, and we can ride them, and if we ride them all the way to the top, we can find these explosive rocks. If we hit the explosive rock, it will blow up. Once we actually blow up both of them, it causes this massive boulder to drop on fourth chorus's head, instantly ending the fight. And I originally thought, oh, maybe that's how you finish the fight. Turns out that's not the case. You can just keep fighting fourth chorus, kind of like I did in, I think, whatever my penultimate attempt was, where I was so locked in, didn't even register that there were steam vents on either side. I just knew the floor was now smaller, but I just kept jump attacking. So you can just keep jump attacking if you'd rather. But frankly, I think the boulder kill looks really damn cool. Like, it's just, you got the slowdown, you got this massive explosion. It was just an epic win. And yeah, that was my experience, my first, time experience with the fourth chorus. Thank you all for being here, noobs. Please let me know in the comments below what you think of fourth chorus. I actually know some of you have already started to have shared your opinions about fourth chorus with me in an earlier video because, well, again, this guy was shown in the trailer, so there's not really too many spoilers about it. They do exist. They're here. But yeah, please let me know how your experiences went with fourth chorus. I think this was a really cool, attempt. Not attempt. I don't want to say oh man, that failed. No, I think it was just a really cool, different thing Team Cherry did by giving us a boss fight that is an enemy that is the size of the room and is so large it kind of takes up more than a whole screen's worth of space. I think it was cool. I think there was a really cool implementation. I am kind of excited to see what comes next later on in the game if we're going to get other bosses that are kind of in this style of being epically large. So yeah, thank you again for being here, noobs. I'm the Perpetual Noob, and I will see you all next time.